to tank up a bit. But in terms of like the rotations in the mid game, Ember Spirit's going to be still pretty safe. We were talking about Disable earlier. They grabbed a Visage. He doesn't have the best unless he grabs an Orchid or something. So I don't know, I still like Vici Gaming's draft, but I think Clinks is the hero that I'm going to keep an eye on most of it, just to see how he does in the laning stage. If he has a good laning stage, it's fine. But I could see LGD kind of open up the game a lot by pressuring Clinks and then pressuring the map ideally.
So would you say that you're favoring one draft a little bit more than the other, or is it most of it coming down? Because we do have a couple outliers. Like you said, you're interested in seeing what's going to happen with the Clinks, but also this is our first Visage that we've seen actually in this tournament so far. So
I would say it's too hard to answer the question because I don't really know. Like I can say like, oh, if you have these lane circumstances against your opponents, then clearly you win. But it's like the LGD or whoever else is going to know that as well, and then they're going to do something like, well, we know that's going to happen, so we're going to do X, Y, and Z. Put a ward down, see where the lanes are, swap, or do things like that. Adjust items. There's a lot of like things they can do to adjust those bad situations that they might encounter.
all right, well, wards have been placed. People are getting into position. We'll see if they actually go for any sort of a fight, or if they're just going to. Well, they ping this out over here.
Oh, wow, they saw that one. Yeah, they got their Observer Ward down just an inch earlier, and it looks like, yeah, they saw them swing to the right. Great D ward. That's normally a ward that's like, you're never going to catch that one in a normal circumstance. Great place to put a ward early, though.
Again, I almost wonder how much of this comes down to the fact that they probably scrim each other quite a bit.
I'm sure it matters a lot. I wouldn't be surprised to see them like share some ideas in terms of the drafting battles in those in the group before the group stage starts. So makes sense. But pretty safe on both sides. Double binary each. DY will go get a visual check here, and Faithbeyond looking towards the mid lane, and he's going to curve back towards the south. So lanes as expected, more or less. Dual lanes. Enchantress going to try to protect the Luna here. It should be a really strong dual lane, frankly, once you get creeps and the bonus damage.
And it begins. Faith Beyond just getting smacked around by the older Titan.
Can they lane well against the Clinks? We will find out.
Is the question. I would say that Nothing to Say definitely having a bit of an advantage here against Ori here in the mid lane.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice just by being a range hero versus a melee. The upside for Ori is that he can potentially dodge the EMP, so he has some solutions there. But goes for the EMP kills on those range creeps. Pretty common right now for the Quaswex.
And just tosses out the tornado, letting Ori tank some of these creeps as well.
Got the big double wave here, so now he's just going to sit under all these creeps and deny these. Not too much that Ori do to reduce this. Stood too close to the tower that time, unfortunately, so it took a bunch of tower hits. Bit rough, but side lanes going okay so far. Nice Centaur pickup. Was able to get that large camp not blocked. It's a big battle for the Enchantresses, is making sure that you have control over those camps. He must have walked somewhere else. Oops, almost pinged on the map. That would have been a big problem.
Oh, no.
Bad to hold alt and look for things, and instantly dewards the Sentry Ward. PYW had it. That's a big one. Costly
right
for Y. So now he's going to have to run back all the way over to the right. And that's a big deal because at level 1 enchant, this thing only lasts for 30 seconds. So if you take it over and then run it over to the lane, you only have like 15 seconds to pressure. So even though he was able to get the Centaur, he didn't have time to stack it. Now there's just weaker creeps over there. So that battle over the camps is so massive for Enchantress supports.
Looks like Shin-Q trying to get over to that water rune faster.
Oh,
does manage to snap it up.
I think Ori could have gotten that one, but he, I don't know, stepped back at the moment after.
Perhaps he was expecting something else more, or...
Can't blame Ping this time. It might have been also that he was like anticipating when he'd grab it, but it took longer than he thought it would.
And harass over onto Poyo. Ooh, 20 hit points.
Maybe he should have used his fairy fire there. That was kind of close.
I'm sure he's collected. Poyo knows his limits.
He's done the math, yeah.
He's done the math.
Well, I mean, there is a max damage Soul Assumption can do, so it's 75 times 3, that's 150, 225 plus 20, 240, and then, just take away 25% of that. Easy math. I'll let you guys do that at home, because I know it, obviously. Ooh, Wyatt doing a great job pulling, getting this camp stacked. He finds a Hellbear Smash. This is one of the best ones because it does a lot of damage with its skills. Centaur works, but it's better in the mid game when stuns are more important. He wants damage to harass his opponents, but by the time the tomato gets here, 17 seconds left on this guy.
Not the best efficiency for sure.
But so what you got to do as much as you can. And it's gonna die. 6 seconds left. Good for it.
Yeah, but it lived a nice, you know, a nice life. Middle lane, though. Ooh, it's a battle between Nothing to Say and Ori's got the Fairy Fire. Nothing to Say going to back off. Throw out a couple of these hits. He needs one more, though. And he just doesn't have it. 30-something hit points over on Ori. These two very closely matched. Top lane, that's a lot of negative armor on this Luna.
She has really high base, though. That's a really nice thing about the Luna in this pick. And this may be part of the reason that they went for her. Just because she was going to be semi-survivable against whatever minus armor pressure came out. But Y almost level 3. There's another tornado mid.
Q with the fissure. This is looking a bit dubious now for Ori. He's able to outplay earlier, survive with just a few hit points. Is he going to be able to get the neutral creep denied? No, he's not. First blood going to Shinkyu.
Really nice kill. Took some doing. The boots really helps out there. If they have to run after him normal way, good luck catching up. But yeah, big one.
A very worthy rotation. And this is also going to mean that Poyoyo is able to have a little bit of breathing room. But again, it is a Visage who has decent nuking.
Yeah, and he just does the trade. Like every time he uses Grave
late.
Chill.
Uh-oh.
34 less attack speed on the Clink, so he just can't fight back. Normally, you can fight back, throw a stun or something during the Grave Chill. Nah, he's got none of that. The matchup is not looking great there, and this is the one of the coolest things about Dota is when you pull out a hero like this, hasn't been touched yet in the group stage, and it has a really good purpose in this game. For the lane, it's going to be able to pressure Clinks pretty consistently. So far, Visage started with a Null Talisman boots. He's going to go fast Medallion. And that's going to be great for offensively dealing damage. Tide taking harass top, though.
I think that's pretty standard, usually going for that medallion, so nothing too strange about it. Do you think we're seeing any, you know, we talk about how when we don't see heroes that frequently, it's because they're very specialized to the draft. Are we going to see anything different built on this particular hero?
No, I think you're right. The medallion is very standard. Offlaners maybe a bit different. Fissure block, though,
yeah,
he doesn't have
Yo-Yo
invis.
is going to try to go into the tree line. They're just going to follow him in, and they're going to be able to get the kill.
There's almost always one laning death for Clinks these days, I feel like. People just don't want to skill Skeleton Walk because it's really going to affect their farming speed later on because you want every point of Burning Barrage possible, and you also want every point Searing Arrows to make your Barrage better. So they very often do die at least once here. If he just limits it to one,
you're just trying to say it's normal. It's okay.
It really is. Like, it's a big kill by all means, but like Clinks just is so vulnerable, and this is like a high damage ranged Visage lineup, or like good hero for the lane.
And look at the way Shinkyu just constantly running over. Needs to get just a bit more damage. Do they have the right click is the question. Shinkyu, he wants this. 60-something hit points. A rotation from PYW and DY. Immediately going to try to protect. Tornado will connect. Looks like Nothing to Say. No, he gets stomped. Do they have enough damage? Cookie hop forward. Shinkyu trying to make his way over, trying to just be the bodyguard, trying to stop them. Stay away from my Nothing to Say, he says. As PYW, he wants this so bad, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it.
Getting so much done as the support Earthshaker. He's even got 2 points in Fissure here, and this is a nice play by DY. Not letting Nothing to Say run back to the lane the fast way. He's making him walk a little bit longer, just to get him a couple less last hits. But yeah, Jinkyu's doing such a good job pressuring all areas of the map. Faith Beyond now hits 6, gets his bats, birds, gargoyles, familiars, whatever you want to call them, and that's going to completely zone the Clinks right now. Because the same principle applies. Like, he just Grave Chills and he runs at you, and he's going to out-trade you. And with Clinks not having 6 yet, he can't out-regen, he can't have healthy HP. He even forced him to buy boots pretty early, which he's not super happy with, but hey, at least the man can dig.
Bottom lane, Old 11 is just taking so much of this damage. Shinkyu again with that fissure. Follow up with the nuke. Y is here. They'll get the enchant. He's looking to get the Ravage off. He's going to have to pull it. Wise will fall. So that is a considerable amount of time that PSG.LGD doesn't have to worry about Old 11.
This is the perfect representation of this surprise Visage pick. Like, the Clinks got killed, he's forced to jungle. They forced their offlaner to now come to the safe lane because, like, this is just way too much for Faith Beyond. But now he Ravaged just to keep his hero alive. The resources they've gotten out of this last pick is insane. 3k gold advantage for LGD, literally because of this Visage against the Clinks. It's so cool.
Nothing to say. Finding PYW actually just ran right past Poyoyo, who was using the tree to hide. That's how scared he is. 11, they don't have to worry about the Ravage, so we're just going to walk away from this Tidehunter.
They're here to pressure.
They are indeed, and I would say they're definitely doing it.
They should be able to get this kill. Elder Titan can slow it down a little bit, but with all this extra damage, the creep, everything, tower should fall. They're going to try to offset this by pressuring the mid lane for Vici Gaming, but really quick tower death, more gold advantage continues. They're going to catch it.
Another fissure now from Xin-Q. Faith Beyond making his way over. Big nuke coming out. Impetus, can they get enough damage to follow up? I think with that tornado, it's just enough. Now Old 11 is left all by himself. And he has no mana left as Faith Beyond just continuously harassing.
And he doesn't even necessarily guarantee that kill, but again, now Tide's at half HP. He's got to worry about one more hero dropping behind him to put the fissure block down. And they tried to slow this down, but I almost... And they did a bit, but they're still giving him kills, which feels a little bit weird. Maybe they need to be more careful. It did keep Invoker in the bot lane longer, getting less farm. But he's queuing up Midas now, and his net worth is still pretty good. He's third highest from the top. He's got more net worth than everybody on Vici Gaming.
It's another fissure to an enchant totem. This is just not looking like a super tanky Tidehunter.
It's not.
Sounds like a cartoon, super tanky Tidehunter.
It does. That's actually a really cool name. Super tanky Tidehunter.
I think someone needs to use that in an amateur league. No, that needs to be a team name.
That's cool. I like that a lot. And the issue is he was forced out of his lane earlier than he wanted to be. And he's forced to go bottom, and all he has is phase boots and ring of health. He doesn't have the hood yet. The hood would help a lot, certainly. I mean, he's got the Kraken shell. The familiars do literally no damage to Tidehunter right now. But the Visage right click is decent, as is the Soul Assumption and the other players. And this is just giving them so much space. Chantress is 5 now. They're just playing on the enemy side of the map. Solar Crest is finished with the Tranquil Boots at 10 minutes. Like, Visage is farmed. He's like almost the most farmed on the entire map.
Just not quite enough damage to take down Wise Enchantress here. Xin-Q again showing up, be able to follow up with the Fissure EMP coming through, and this is not looking good for PYW. Can we talk about, like, just, you know, hold on 1 second. Old 11 is just running on in with his face here. He's got the Ravage up, wants to finally take out this Earthshaker, which he'll be able to do. But now he's in a very tight spot because Faith Beyond is just right nearby. Just chases him over. They need to go and cancel out the TP, and they have it in the form of the tornado. So that's just a dead Tidehunter yet again.
Another kill. 800 gold for Faith Beyond, past what he had in that last engagement. So he puts the Solar Crest on a support. Literally a support who has like no defensive items, and he forces a Ravage as a result, just giving him that extra armor and movement speed. Like, the pressure he's put on him on this game is insane. It's like he's playing Death Prophet or something, which he has played recently. Kind of similar playstyles. Big ulti.
Morty kisses, but they have nothing to hold them into place. Throw out the Fissure, followed up with the Tornado. Two of them, just two little ducks in the row. They have absolutely no mana, and they even have the big Hadouken being tossed out from the creep that Enchantress has.
The EP was big there, but the pressure continues, and they're going to have to go run back and heal. He's got Maelstrom on Clinks, but he'd love just some time.
Cookie Hop, they just aren't able to quite land it as they're going to go right back in. Again, Faith Beyond just dishing out this damage with the Visage, and they've got the vision over here on the Ember Spirit. They should have plenty of damage, and he's going to try to run away, but oh, look who's just waiting with wide open arms. Still alive, though.
That was sick. I thought he was super dead, no mana. Pops the wand, instantly jumps, and Faith Beyond was set up to catch him, but the mana was enough to double Remnant out. But either way, they're spending resources. They're not hitting creeps. Clinks is not AoEing out neutrals. He just gets over here to the stacks, and it looks like they're blocked. Nah, Luna's just been killing them already. They're gone. All Might cleared them. So now Poyo has to run even farther just to get back to farming after this super long engagement. And that is why their net worth is so far behind. Because they've had to spend all these hero resources to just slow down what LGD's doing, and they still got it anyways.
Okay, now I want to take a moment. Now I want to say something.
No, okay.
Oh my god. All right, so we got 8 kills on the board here for PSG.LGD.
Yep.
And you know who's been involved in every single one of those kills?
Me, Moxie.
I mean, you are watching, so I guess technically you are being a
Okay,
part
who
of
is it?
Now I don't want to tell you. No.
It's Vici. I could have guessed that.
No, I mean, yes, but also it's not Vivian. It is Shinkyu. Shinkyu
I'm
has
sorry.
been involved.
That wasn't. Are you not going to believe me? And I don't blame you. But
don't
that
believe you.
that was literally in my mind. I literally looked at the scoreboard, and for some reason I said Vivian.
A likely story. A likely story.
I don't blame you for not believing me, but I.
Anyways, yes, he's been involved in every single one of these kills. This man has been so aggressive and in the right place at the right time. And again, speaking of right place, right time, this is kind of the wrong place, wrong time for Old 11. Does have the Ravage up. He'll turn back around, but again, where's the rest of his team? Go, try to get the stomp down, follow up with the Earth Splitter. This is looking like they might be able to. No, okay, long range Snapfire Kiss is coming in hot as they finally get it, but they do get the Echo Slam off at the same time, so they'll take down DY. Whole other fight breaking out on the other side here. As Faith Yen wants to get closer here to PYW. And they'll just chase down Grandma yet again, send her back to that nursing home.
Their damage is just so high. Like, they're putting all of this effort to kill an Earthshaker 4 because that's all they can do. Like, pressuring Visage, it's not going to work. He's got 4 points in Gravekeeper's Cloak. So the bats are just constantly on top of them, dealing damage and pressuring. There was no threat to Ame in that whole fight as a result. He's just sitting in the back, casting spells, dealing damage. His net worth is massive, 8,000 at this point. All the tier 1s are dead. Tier 2 pressure's coming soon. I would be surprised to see them pivot, take a quick Roche, then continue their lives.
This game is moving so incredibly quickly right now that it just feels like Vici Gaming cannot gain a foothold.
They cannot, and they do start the Roche here. Moving in, Alacrity with the Luna. They've got Grave Chill, they've got Solar Crest, they've got tons of damage here. Roche is going to die in the next 10 seconds. They've got a Ravage. There's no way they can contest this, and the gold advantage just keeps going. Nothing to say, moving out, trying to stop any, like, no, you can't get this bounty rune. We're going to contest everything.
11 does not like having to play like this.
That was cool that they put the pressure on them, though, because it made them have to react to it. 2 hero resources. In the meantime, they have 2 others finishing Roche.
PYW yet again, just getting clicked down by Nothing to Say. The stun's coming out from Faith Bien's birds. Got the impetus, they've got the Dukes, and that's a dead Snapfire.
And that kill works because they used the Cookie on the Tide earlier, so he doesn't have Cookie to easily save himself in that circumstance. So these little pokes that are ruses and lies end up working.
I like that it's all deception, the ruses and the lies.
Just a little light pressure.
And they find Poyoyo, they've got the detection, and he's just a non-factor this game.
He really is.
It feels very bad.
What a Visage pick. The one hero, basically one of the heroes that is entirely reliant on his right click to do anything in the laning stage. Doesn't have good escape if he gets ran at. It's just perfect. Grave Chill is the perfect spell for this circumstance. And the fact that he also has Soul Assumption to do a lot of damage as well just made his lane so easy. And then once you get that small gold advantage and he gets the armor levels, it's like you're not out harassing him. He's just going to abuse you. So this pick just did everything for him.
Another setup here coming out from PSG.LGD, but of course the Ember is going to be able to just slide away.
It's still good though. Makes him waste a Remnant and spend 150 mana jumping away. So no matter what happens, your EMP is sort of working. He loses some mana and some utility. And that means the next fight that happens, he can't just dump Remnants on a guy or be as aggressive.
Smoke play though coming out from Vici Gaming. They're going to try to force them possibly out of their jungle. They are playing towards this bottom area on the side of PSG.LGD, aside from obviously Ame in the top lane. But Ame has basically had just the run of the map, go wherever he likes. He doesn't have to worry about this Clink pressuring him because Clink's is just so far behind. So they'll take some play over here over onto Shinkyu. They'll actually use the Earth Split as well.
They kind of have to. That's the one guy that can gank kind of
PYW? Oh, the birds.
Very
Beware
close.
the birds.
Because Y is very difficult to kill also. He's maxed out Nature's Attendance. He's going for a mech build. Very likely he'll buy Locket afterwards, I would expect, since he's pumping out so much heal. Just makes sense to help them go high ground in endgame, sort of. But all windows have been lost. BKB's coming for Luna here. So Ravage is now crappy. We said it in the draft. BKB is so good against a lot of Vici Gaming heroes. So Luna, not that she had any threat to her with Ame controlling the wheel. Oh, that one hurts. Okay. It's the last attack kills the neutral item, but you've already started TPing. Luckily, his courier was already there, so he didn't have to. It's all good. It was a good item to Grobo. He may want that.
Old 11 getting a lot of harass yet again. Birds going to stun in place. Nothing to say is just kind of staring at him. I thought we were going to see some sort of a taunt or something, right?
Yeah, not much taunting here, that's for sure.
No, these
moving
people
in.
are here to play Dota 2. Play Dota 2 and kill DY. He is very dead.
That truly was a lot of damage. Must not have spotted the ward of the sentry there.
Look at this Luna. Look at this net worth on Ame.
It's very strong. It's really, really strong.
It is insane. This is like, she's just absolutely massive. Once she starts breaking into the actual base, all of your buildings are just going to melt.
Yeah, especially if the first tower dies. And I don't really see this slowing down with the Solar Crest, with the Essence Ring, with the heal from Enchantress. Yeah, they're going high ground. What is it today? The fast games, apparently. Teams figuring out the meta and know what they can abuse, and LGD's abusing this one real good.
Just gonna let the Centaur tank the tower. The rest of them waiting very patiently. Fissure lands over on the Ember. These birds, how do you stop the birds, the glaze, everything? Well, they'll take a little nap. They've been working hard. All right, there it is. There's the Ravage right on top of Ame. So they'll be able to get the kill. And now they're trying to just push back the rest of PSG.LGD, but Faith Beyond, he's feeling pretty strong right now. Just turns around, nothing to say, sitting very low. He's gonna get healed up by the sprites over on Y. Old 11 still just chasing him. We talked about it. When he is in, he is in. But they're not gonna be able to grab anyone else as they're able to just teleport and walk away on the side of PSG.LGD.
Maybe a little bit too greedy for PSG. I didn't notice until just now, because I'm bad, of course. But they put the Aegis on Visage and not on Luna, like we would expect. So the Ravage combo is really effective for that reason. They land the Stomp, they land the Earth Splitter. It's just enough burst damage to kill him before he gets BKB off. So huge kill that's going to stop the push, but the fact they didn't get any more kills makes it feel a little bit worse. Aegis will time out though, so it's not all bad for them, but able to snag it. See if they're going to...
Fissure actually does connect. They should be able to stun lock over if they get the other bird there fast enough. Nope, not going to be able to do it. Bird's going to take a nap.
It was a good try. His mana was pretty low. Would have been able to wand and jump, but either way, the pressure continues. And Luna's alive, still has high net worth. Going to spend a little bit of time jungling to grab new tier 2s. Gonna go for Vambrace as the choice, and we'll see if they go... it looks to me, from what it seems like, they might just reset a little bit. They're going to fish for a good fight here with Smoke. If they get like 1 or 2 convincing kills, they'll probably go back to the barracks if possible. Or they're just going to play it slightly safer and get some tier 2s instead.
Shinkyu again leading the way.
Smoke has not broken
through
bad.
the spirit.
They know about where it was, yeah, and they're just going to get vision. Control the tri-camp.
It's enough to scare away Vici Gaming for the time being. There's still a couple of heroes, though, in that top area. And as I say that, they find one of those heroes. It is, of course, PYW, rather. He's going to try to cookie hop away. They're not going to let him go, though. They've got the Lucent Beam.
Fishing for the kills, and Clinks is going to get the next wave. He's going to wait for his Burning Barrage to do this, most likely. He's almost got BKB. Oh, they even scanned for him,
He seems
dude.
so scared, dude. I don't know. I don't know if he shows. The pressure is on this tier 2. Look at this. It just melts.
Yeah, that's insane damage. Oh, of course, the familiars get the Luna Aura too. Works on the creeps, so boom, 85 damage per hit for the familiars, which is normally what you get when you hit level 18 on Visage. And he's pretty close to Ag, so he's gonna have 3 birds here. Siege and build in shortly.
Nothing to say. Finding DY. Pretty fast, but they have that EMP, and the final hit from Faith Beyond will seal DY's fate.
Yeah, Invoker very good against support Elder Titan there. Like I said, most ETs are buying Veil right now, but a lot of disables don't do like that much disable. Like stuns only last a short period of time, but Cold Snap just keeps on going. So very easy for Invoker to guarantee those kills if he gets to the fight in time. So brief period of farming here. Visage 1,000 gold away from the Ags. Luna wants to go Manta and Shard. Because they lost that earlier push, I like how quickly they changed gears back into like a normal game. It feels like a lot of times those mistakes happen, they cascade. It feels like that's the big one. And while it did limit LGD's momentum, I think they've done like a comfortable amount of like accelerating but playing safe still.
This is a big pickup, though, for Poyoyo. He has completed the BKB.
Yeah, that's big.
Going to make it so he's able to skirmish a bit more, and we have smoke on smoke action. Of course, LGD standing on the high ground. Vici Gaming starting from below. Looks like they might try to make some wrapping motion according to the map. They do spot out that a creep has been changed, so they are suspicious as to the next moves of the side of PSG.LGD.
It's a great way to push for Enchantress. Take the range creep and just A-click it down the lane.
It was so busted at one point, like it did so much damage.
It still does do, well, it used to do like 90, I think. It's a little bit less, but yeah, it's still very good, for sure. So play the high ground, nothing to say. He's going to be the frontliner. He doesn't have BKB yet, but he's real quick with all this Wex and Invis, so if he does break a smoke, he might be able to escape, but better for him than somebody else. And Enchantress sitting at the other dangerous point, the inflex point of the two other ramps. So look at this wrap. It's so far, but it just might work. They're going to see Ame. Can they catch him in time?
Oh, no! The BKB and the Earth Splitter for naught.
The trees, dude. The trees are what hurt him there. The vision from where Tide
they
was
got they got the courier, though.
Okay, they got the shard. It's something,
It's a consolation prize, but they got it.
It's not worth a Ravage and a Mortimer's Kisses. I mean,
not.
they got a BKB out of it, but that was rough. Normally when you're smoked at daytime, you're going to see him before they see you, but there was trees in the way briefly, so Tide kept moving, and all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, there he is. And then he reacted just a little bit slow. If he blinks from smoke to Ravage, much higher chance that Ame gets Ravage there, and then that actually opens up the opportunity. But well done by Ame to react, and now Vici Gaming's going to be off the map for a while.
That hurts so badly. Imagine if they do manage to secure that.
Would have been a big kill. They could get map control, push out lanes a bit more.
Gives Boyoyo more time to farm up too, because he is not doing as poorly as he did before. In fact, he's starting to catch up, but this Luna, it's the natural way of how she farms with the Glaives.
Even tries to backdoor the tier 1 there. The old 0-2-0 Clink still has very high net worth. The power of Burning Barrage. That's a good, very good skill. So split pushing across the map.
Ags is completed though for Vici.
He hasn't used it yet. He's waiting to get some quad stomps potentially.
He's looking. There's a little bit of an engagement going on. EMP. Old 11 jumped forward, but they'll lose PYW pretty quickly now. Landed the Echo Stomp.
Nicely done.
But they're just going to disengage on the side of Vici Gaming.
So this just makes the map pressure from LGD so much stronger now that he can go invis like this with the familiars, because before their gank was very reliant on Earthshaker, and Jinku's been doing a great job following where he thinks Klinks is going to be spotting him and forcing Klinks to walk away less efficiently, because it's better for a support to do that than somebody else. But now with the threat that FaithBN is going to be able to be there invis or find these kills with Dust is a huge threat. They just have so many more different ways to make ganks happen, pretty much. Sentries do spot the bird, so they know about where he's playing.
They know, but can they do anything about it is the question.
I think Vici Gaming wants them to go on them. Hence why they're playing here with the vision, but yeah, they're going to play a little bit safe. He didn't like what he saw, so he'll back up.
Why go for it when there is a perfectly good Roshan up? I mean, find some sort of pick off another lane, perhaps, and then get on. I mean, they could just technically go right on in, but Old 11, of course, a little bit scary as that Tidehunter with the Ravage.
Yeah, it's just more important that they regain map control first. Regain control of the Tri-Camp would be really helpful too. And then once you got that, then they're going to feel comfortable to maybe Roche.
I think they have to take out DY as well. I think DY is definitely a huge threat along with that Ravage because of the fact that he has, you know, the sleep, the ear splitter, everything that can go into that pit.
And the vision. So it's like your window to kill Roche without them knowing it has to be really small. And they can do it quick with the heroes they have, but they don't really have any other auras since the ones they bought. Just like Vlad's, just a Solar Crest. Not that much single target damage, even though they all together do a lot. Are in there looking for a fight?
They want this Roche. They want this Roche on the side of PSG.LGD. They had that creep in there earlier, keeping tabs on it. Do have a pretty good win probability at this time. Is it going to be PYW again? Look, the cookie up, but the fissure comes in. And 4 steps forward. Grandma's still a little spry. She's got some action in those bones still.
But they get the D ward. So the question is, can they take Roche while still defending their Observer ward? Usually what happens is, like, you sit back, you go take Roche, and they're going to invade. You kind of want to stay. And that's why Y's sitting around here. He's still very hard to kill if he gets his heal off. He's got Mech and Locket. Good luck killing the guy.
Yeah, they've just left Luna over to the side, and they're just going to try to push back Vici Gaming from even being able to enter the area.
And they get the stomp too, so it's going to slow him down. Is it going to buy him enough time to smoke? Yep,
Smoke,
there's
yep,
smoke.
they're going right in as fast as possible. They know that this is their time. Old 11 leading the charge as per usual.
They scanned it. They know. Oh.
Sending in the Spirit, but look at this play. Look at the wrap around. DY, that's their target. That's someone that they need to get rid of. They'll go for the vision. Old 11 seeing the birds. Birds are just going to sidestep over here.
The birds are so godly in this situation, spotting enemies. Same with the Spirit. The fact that Vici Gaming could confirm very easily that they weren't still in Roche saves them like a possible bad engage, wasted spells, or poor positioning. Now LG is going to reset again, knowing that the smoke is gone, that they're going to be able to see their opponents approaching.
Vision. I know.
And look at this, Luna Illusion runs forward to get some vision. It's going to be able to cut the creep wave if they need to. Spots old 11.
Can cancel out that blink dagger very easily.
Oh, they just did it.
Another
It's over.
tornado. There it is. Ame picks up the Aegis of the Immortal, and Vici Gaming, they just can't do anything about it.
Great job to wait that out, basically. Realized that their opponents were coming. Sat good positioning until the smoke runs out. Then they use illusions and summons to push out the waves and spot their opponents approaching. Because the chances that they brought a second smoke with them just to get ready for that fight.
Fissure! Goes slam! Comes up from Shin-Q! They just wipe Ori off the map immediately! Oh, and there is no escape now for PYW. He will be the next one to fall.
They're ready for that. The moment the Aegis goes down, their opponents are going to go split push. And once again, Jin-Q's just in his opponent's mind, planning ahead, thinking where they're going to go, and he just sets up some great fights.
All right, well, they've got 2 down on the side of Vici Gaming. PSG just continuing to force down this lane. Look at this heat map. He's just been all over, honestly. Luna really didn't need any help earlier on. He's just been making the plays and putting the pressure down over on Poyoyo.
It looked like he was a Radiant hero by that heat map. He was playing all of his time in the safe lane, pretty much.
Speaking of Poyoyo. See you later.
That's a rough one, and they even have the fairy whatever thingy.
The fairy whatever thingy.
Who's ferrying up in here? It's Earthshaker. The Fey Grenade. There we go.
Fey Grenade. There we go. Yeah.
The
You sure you do this for a living?
I do. I just couldn't remember it.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's the purple Pokeball thing. Always going to even go for the
He's
Eclipse
going for the Eclipse play. They just want to get rid of old 11. He's sitting very low. The follow-up with the Chaos Meteors, not going to be quite enough, but they're very scared for their Tide Hunter. They even go and push him forward there. Sunstrike a little bit off the mark.
What, 13k gold advantage from that Roche. They got the Shard on Earthshaker to lower the Fissure cooldown, give him that extra stun to control without having to fully commit. And now the map control just feels pretty overwhelming because, I mean, they've lost Eclipse here. Echo Slam's on cooldown for a bit, but so hard for Vici Gaming to fight into this. 3 deaths now on Clinks. Again, his net worth is still fine. Clinks can farm really quick, but he has to put himself in really dangerous places to do it because of the fact that his opponents or his allies are just really struggling with map control.
This Clinks is just not effective at all. He's 0-3-0 right now. Again,
but he is hitting creeps.
He's hitting creeps, so that is his job, but this is not the way that you typically want to see Clinks being played. Again, things have been changed quite a bit, but he tends to be more of this snowbally kind of hero. Oh, look at the birds. They know what these open.
It's also that his team just hasn't had a lot of opportunities to take a real fight. Like, how many weak Ravages have we seen this game? A lot. Lots of defensive Ravages that don't accomplish very much. And he's been forced to do that. So as a result, Clinks isn't there to like Burning Barrage during the Ravage because there just haven't been many opportunities for Vici Gaming to take fights. It's just been slow, methodical pushing or ganking by LGD.
The fight's coming to them. They've got 2 minutes left on this Aegis. They want to just get rid of Old 11 as fast as possible. He does manage to go and get off the Ravage. That goes right on in here.
Oh,
Coming
so
from
good.
Ori, they go and they get 1 kill right off the bat, getting rid of Shin-Q. That is their big boy. Nothing to say. Next to fall. Ame running for his life.
Perfect initiation there by Vici Gaming. LGD was kind of fishing for the fight. I think did they tornado the
I mean, this isn't done. They're still going after Y, but yes.
Very dead deer woman in the forest. I think they tornado Tide to like fish a bit, but unfortunately it was the exact same time that Jin-Q blinked in to go for the fissure. Unfortunately, the Spirit's there. It stomps them all, sleeps them. That guarantees the Ravage, extra damage. Then they all get like vacuumed onto the Earth Splitter. Then the Kiss is coming. It's like perfect circumstance. Normally what's supposed to happen there, Earthshaker just sits in the back and is like, wow, my Enchantress is dying.
All right, here we go. So
The tornado puts him in there.
Shinkyu.
Miss execution.
The sleep. Oh my god.
And here comes the vacuum with the kisses. The two supports are mega struggling. Nothing to say dies to physical damage despite being BKB'd. Perfect circumstance, but ultimately, that one's on LGD. Nothing to say is going to be like, whoops. Bad tornado at the same time that Earthshaker blinks, and they had the same idea, but it cost him big.
These things, they do happen, but this is going to give a little bit of a footing now for Vici Gaming. And it was desperately needed, honestly, because it was feeling like they were very suffocated at the base every time Poyoyo even took one step out. In fact, he sees that, oh, he's not alone. So he's going to hide. They're looking for him. They have the dust, but he BKBs to teleport away. It's a very big victory for PSG.
Yeah, not bad. Cost him a BKB, but they'll still control the map, though.
They will.
It's
Again,
all fine.
the map is opening up for Vici Gaming, and that's incredibly important.
It is, yeah.
Ember Spirit finishing up the Aghanim Scepter. A little bit more items and play time for Vici.
Better mana as well, because then Remnant is half the mana cost it used to be, so he's going to be able to jump around a little bit more ably while he collects items. But yeah, it just kind of feels to me like LGD is just making some small but crucial mistakes. We haven't really seen a lot of other teams be able to even show those from them. It just seems like they play perfect all game. But these are just really small errors that Vici Gaming's also wise to pressure. They're smoking though. Might see a fight.
Yeah, definitely going to see a fight because they're creeping their way over here.
But always, look at this, the Sentry and the Obs.
You got to say, like PYW and Old 11, always the ones who break these smokes, it seems.
That's the right way to do it. But
Yes, indeed.
I just love these like wards and sentries on the high ground that they're putting. If not for these, they're not going to see Visage coming necessarily as often.
Counter smoke play.
And it just allows them to do this.
Counter smoke play. They see nothing to say. Nothing to say. Pick up a haste, though. Very timely.
Their disable is hard, though.
FaithBN doing a little bit of scouting.
It's really tough for them to initiate. They don't have this like jump stun like Earthshaker or a Hex provides you. Like you're not going to ravage a solo invoker there. You can't do slight chains. You're just going to BKB and run. You basically have to land like a cookie or something. And that's a really tough thing about Vici's lineup. If they're not doing like 5v5 fights, their small hero gank is going to feel really ineffective.
Vici Gaming trying to just retake this triangle area. Very, very important. Obviously, it's right around the Roche pit. Do have some nice vision. Can't see why over here. I'm going to try to punish this. Sprites, and there's going to be...
Honestly, I'm happy if I'm Y right now. I'm like, let's see.
All right. Let's see. It's been about 5 seconds. 6, 7, 8. They're not going to get the kill on Y. This is... All right, maybe they go back in. Old 11 does have the Ravage, but over on the backside, they get the Fissure off. They'll be able to take down PYWY. Nothing to say, also falling. FaithBN needs to be very careful now. Gets slept. Poyoyo. Considering it's not going to go in. As they have the Eclipse, they'll turn back around over onto Old 11. One more hit should do the kill. It's a double kill now for Ame. BKB comes out from Ori. He wants to get out of here, and he wants to get out of here fast.
Safe escape there. Nicely played by Vici Gaming as a whole. I mean, it was a bit of a weird science experiment. Let's see how much we can kill the guy with the locket and all of the heal talents. He tanks almost everything. But it was that stomp once again. It's that unexpected disable that's setting up Vici Gaming. Because as soon as that stomp hits, it guarantees that Old 11's able to pop Ravage on non-BKB targets, which guarantees the kill on the Invoker. Died without using BKB. Normally it would have been okay. But ultimately, the pressure goes on FaithBN. FaithBN had his shard there, actually. Turns into stone form right before the sleep hits. And therefore, they couldn't continue to go on him. That gave him a nice opening and still gives them ultimate map control. And still net worth advantage. Like, Luna's a full item ahead of where Clinks is.
I think it's all going to come down to the next Roche, which should be in about 2 minutes.
It's a good opportunity for Vici Gaming to swing things around. That's for sure.
They're getting more and more items picked up for Poyoyo, which I think is definitely, well, obviously it's helping, but definitely turning the tide.
No Scotty this game. He's queuing up now, but he decided to go for the raw damage, the Daedalus. If he goes Scotty while behind on net worth a little bit, he probably never gets kills, despite having great utility. And he just really thought, like, if I don't have a Daedalus, like, I don't think we win fights at all. It would be difficult for them to kill Enchantress or other heroes. So probably the right itemization if they're just hitting creeps anyways. So
couple of these neutral items at the 37-minute mark.
He was really thinking about that that sword. Could have gotten Maim AoE procs with his Burning Barrage. That would have been cool. But Paladin's sword just too hard to pass up when he doesn't have any other lifesteal on this hero.
About a minute left before the next Roche spawns. You can see the way that they're playing tightly around the top area of the map, how important this is to both teams.
Yeah, it really is. Refresher Shard, amazing on Tidehunter, obviously. Could be a free Ags for somebody as well. That has huge value. In fact, Invoker really wants this. He's queuing up Refresher. He was thinking about Ags earlier, but he's like, nah, I need BKB. And now he's like, all right, I'm just going to get the Refresher. Double combos. So if he gets a free Ags, oh, that'd be really good for nothing to say.
That would be incredible, and not very happy for the side of Vici.
Yeah. But I'm sure they'd also love a free Ags. It's not I haven't tried Klink's Ags, but it's probably still pretty solid.
I think the big thing is just, I feel like they want to take out DY. DY is causing so much trouble as this Elder Titan. They need to find him, get the pick off, and then perhaps they can go into the Roche pit. Though they're going to check it now. They realize it's got to be soon. Do you have that creep sitting over in the pit? And the invasion begins.
Oh,
okay, they managed to find themselves the Ember Spirit.
Oh,
or
no!
BKB, though! Is he going to be able to survive? It looks like he is!
The Deafening Blast pushed him to the high ground. They lost vision on him.
Oh my god, this...
Rough one.
Nothing to say has got to be so upset.
I mean, they're doing their best to kill him.
This is the second time that he's had just a little bit of a don't even know what you want to call it, a mistake, I guess.
A slightly flop spell. This one's not nearly as bad as the 20 one wasn't like a bad play either. It was just unfortunate. This one a little unfortunate too. Two unfortunate skill usages. Like he was trying to do max damage. That's the best like single target spell he had in that circumstance to blast him with. But the push to the high ground was just a little bit rough, unfortunately. They didn't have Echo Slam to elongate the disable either. He ends up surviving another BKB charge, but he's down to 6, but they would have loved to get that kill, especially with Roche up. If Ember's dead right now, he has to buy back or they get Roche. Either option is great for LGD, so that one's going to hurt. But either way, they've got Gem on Visage. His ability to deward is insane because he's just got flying vision. So there's that clip once again. Gets stomped, the fissure pushes him up to the high ground.
God, gives him just enough time.
It was also the stomp actually from the Elder Titan. Once again, he stomped a couple of their heroes, preventing them from chasing. So that's quite good. Vici is on the map though. Put one ward down. We'll see if it gets deward. If Faith Beyond is running right for it, instantly gonna deward once again. He's doing such a good job with this.
Immediately pops the healing. They have a decent amount of damage this time around, though, although it does take quite a bit. Why still alive? These healing sprites are just absolutely incredible. Okay, that was a big crit. Can they get enough? There it is. There it is at the slight. But it took so much to be able to have that happen. So now they're totally spread out. The buyback coming out now from Y. Ori trying to put out enough damage. Nothing to say. They have the dust. He's got the BKB, though. He's going to try to run away, but there's too much physical damage as PYW also getting chased, but it's pretty important that they lost nothing to say. PYW will fall. And they already grabbed DY. Luna is alive and kicking. Why somehow?
He's back.
He's back. Hit me is what he's yelling, you know?
7-second blink. This is pretty good.
Right back in again. Old 11 has that Ravage, but I don't think he wants to go and pop it. He is fairly tanky. The impetus doing a decent amount of damage. Shinkyu coming forward. Doesn't quite have that fissure just yet, but doesn't matter. The Tidehunter will die.
Jinkyu relying on the old Stormcrafter, the Static Shocker, zapping his enemies to stop them from blinking. Great item for that, but turns out quite good for them. Invoker's still struggling against the physical damage, and finally, nothing to say, says, all right, I'm going to need some armor, because even if he BKBs, he's still dying to the Klinks' raw damage. That Daedalus damage is too hard to deal with.
Look how much they respect this. Look how much they respect this. That Roche is going down so fast, but they know Old 11 is a madman. Doesn't even matter. It's just like, we cannot let them get this Roche. Everybody get in the pit. Runs into his best friend, Y. Again, Poyoyo. Oh, going forward. Y. Nice stomp again coming through. If they can get this, this is going to be a dieback. Mortimer Kiss is getting used on just the support, though. Again, Old 11 looking for this position, holding on to the Ravage. The fissure comes through. They want to get rid of the Snapfire. PYW looks like, oh, he's going to be able to make it. No. He will fall. As Faith Beyond sits onto the bottom part of the lane. Needs to be careful. That's a lot of damage. Immediately, that refresher coming through from Ori.
whiffs his initiation a little bit. He misread the animation there. That was a stone form Visage. He jumps in with BKB, Remnant, and he did chains. It doesn't hit anything, and as a result, Faith Beyond gets to run away afterwards. Kind of a big mistake there from Ori. But this is a rare hero, and that's a very rare shard. It's a new one in some ways. Just hasn't been played much, but it's been really effective so far for Faith Beyond. Because you play Visage, you eventually get in these bad moments, and you need an ability to reset, and it gives him that. And it's been used very well so far. 30 more seconds for Enchantress, but once she gets back up, she's going to be able to frontline a lot better.
They really want this Roche. It's been sitting in the balance now for about a minute. Another tornado from nothing to say. Throws out the Chaos Meteors. That's a lot of mana that's just not existent anymore for Old 11. Poyoyo trying to find this opening. Old 11 can't even walk over the fissure right now.
He needs a mana pool too. He's got Axe. He can spam Gush constantly for Vision, for Harass, for minus armor. He's going to show in the mid creep wave, but it's like one of those moments where you do not want to be seen going back to the base. Got a Forge Spirit in the Roche pit. Here comes Enchantress back to the map.
15k net worth lead currently for PSG.LGD.
All right, let's see if they can take the
Going
Roche.
pretty fast. They got to get in there quickly, but they do have Xin-Q. Should they need that Echo Slam? Poyoyo taking a decent amount of damage. This EMP is such a pain in the butt. Jumping forward, the Old 11 with the Ravage over onto the back lines, but the team, they're not there. They're not in position. That's going to be the Eclipse now coming out from the Luna, just blowing up Old 11. It's not looking good. There it is. They go. They grab themselves the Aegis. They're going to chase over here after Poyoyo. He's sitting so very low, but they don't have the Sunstrike to land on him. As it just PSG.LGD claim the Roche.
They got absolutely everything. They got the Egg Shard on Faith Beyond. And Ame was able to grab the Aegis and the Cheese. Did they even get the last hit? They did. Everything perfect for them. Old 11 just kind of misread things. And there was a period of pause for LGD after the Clinks escaped. They didn't hit Roche for approximately 5 to 8 seconds. And I think Vici Gaming anticipated them hitting that. And as a result, his Ravage is way too early. He Ravages, he's like, oh shit, starts running out, but it's like, nah, we gotta commit. And they tried, but LGD cleans up everything.
Aegis online for Luna. Cheese has been put over onto nothing to say. They need to stop this onslaught. It's very, very difficult, though, to find the right opening as they get a stun immediately over onto Poyoyo. They take the building. Want to go back in for more. Being patient. Snapfire heading away. Sleep not really connecting on the side. All eyes on Xin-Q over here. Still holding on to that Echo Slam. And Poyoyo is dishing out a decent amount of damage. Again, another fissure coming in, followed up with the Chaos Meteors. Can they finish off? Poyoyo is forced to use the BKB to run away.
Better than dead.
Lori's taking so much again. Pops his own BKB. There it is. There's the Echo Slam from Xin-Q. Takes down DY, takes down PYW. 3 down on the side of Vici Gaming. They do not have the buyback as now Ori being thrown up into the air, trying to fight his way through. He's got the BKB. Can he do enough damage? That's the question. He manages to go. He pops the Aegis.
Good start. 2 Remnants left. He can play around a bit more here. Game's not over.
It's looking pretty close, though, the way that they are just running at these buildings. Poyoyo doing everything he can. All right, again, we see the Ember Spirit. It doesn't matter.
That was the most false thing I've ever said. Wow, the game ended fast. Holy crap. I was like, oh, it's just the tier 4s. They've got a moment. No, they